how does that change your role or your approach?
Obviously, the only thing it really does, I just want to be more vocal. I've never been really the most vocal guy around here, but as you get older, it's kind of your job to lead by example and also lead vocally too. So just trying to be a little more vocal.
You're obviously the leader of the offensive line, but what is a guy like Jeff Percy, who's part of a national championship team? Is there anything that he's brought to the group that you feel like has helped you guys?
Obviously, just experience, older guy, and like you said, he came from Michigan, who's been one of the top O-lines for the past 2-3 years. So from what he's learned from their coach down there and the top O-line guys that were at Michigan, so he just brings in a lot of experience and a different view from a different school. So.
I know last year on media day you said you had lost some weight. Have you lost any more?
Yeah, I'm the lightest I've been since like my junior year of high school. So I've really tried to hone in on my body.
What do you weigh?
I'm down to like 319 right now. So I'm just trying to thin down. Obviously, different style of offense. So.
You felt a little different on the field now that you're down to 319?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel a lot more in shape and a little more agile. So I definitely feel a difference.
Ryan, obviously last year with Cade, it was a whole new offense style, completely different than what you guys were doing. How different is it this year now that you guys, so many of you have been through it, understand it, and as you were mentioning, kind of know the body type you need to be?
Yeah, I think it's going to help a lot more with development. Spring is a time where you want to develop. It's not like you're not preparing for other teams' defenses. It's just you and your defense going at it every day. So now that we know the offense, it's not more of a learning phase. It's us going out and developing and get better. So now we can take this spring to really develop ourselves into the offense that we've been doing for a year, which I think will help us out a lot. So.
Ryan, is there a specific spot you're working at right now?
Back at right tackle right now.
Back at right tackle, is that where you feel most comfortable?
Yeah, I feel a lot better at right tackle, but obviously I want to be able to play both just in case like anything happens like last year. But right now I'm at right.
What can you say about some of the new guys? We always talk about person that understand the conveyance for those guys.
They came in and they fit in right away. It's not like they came in and they were like outcasts because they were new. It's like that's one thing I noticed is like we kind of created a bond right away. As soon as they got here, we started doing O-line dinners, hanging out a little bit, so we got to know them and their background, where they came from. Kendall is athletic. I'll say that he's a little leaner, but he can move and he's still strong. And Keith is just like that tough interior guard that you want. So I'm really excited for all three of the guys that we brought in. They look really good. So.
What about Eli? Compare where he is right now to like a year ago this time after 2 spring practices. How different?
I think he's a lot better as a leader because he's been around the guys more. He's been a little more vocal, especially with what his standard is of the offense. The quarterback, sometimes he has to tell people the way it is. He can't be everyone's best friend, and I've seen that from him. Out there leading. Sometimes you have to get into people a little bit, and that's what I like to see. And obviously his game's stepping up too. As he's getting back into it. But
Ryan, what did you learn about Julian in that bowl game?
he's tough and he can move too. He helped us out a lot. Obviously, we had our struggles, so just seeing the way he can move, and he was, he wasn't avoiding people. He's putting his shoulder into people, and he was making some really good throws too. So as a young guy being thrown in like that, I think he proved to a lot of people that he deserves to be here for sure. So.
Considering how last season ended, do you see an increase in intensity in practices?
Yeah, we're not in pads yet, but even just being in spiders, like the O-line, D-line, we've been battling, and that's good. That's what we need. Obviously, starting out 7-0 last year and finishing the way we did is just unacceptable. So we need to change something up, and I think we're on the right foot right now. We've had 2 really good practices. So.
But along those lines, the last 2.5 months since that bowl game, like when you talk to teammates, you guys in the building or even outside the building, like, what do you guys talk about of what that was like you said, going from 7-0 to 7-6, and kind of what happened last season?
It was embarrassing, really. Obviously injuries are, you don't make excuses. You have injuries, stuff happens. Everyone around the country has injuries. You need to be able to step up, next man up, and we just didn't. We didn't really step up. Especially as an O-line, we played horrible. It is what it is. I didn't play great. We didn't play great as a unit, so you just got to turn it around. It's in the past now. Just got to use it as fuel.
Do you like being a leader, Ryan?
I guess, yeah. I'm gonna try my best. Like I said, just be a little more vocal. I'm not used to it, but I'm gonna try. But I don't know. I guess, yeah. Doesn't really mean the same person every day.
Who are the guys over the last like 2 or 3 years you kind of have learned from about that, about how to lead, you know, by example?
Yeah. O-line wise, just the guys we've had have been outstanding. You know, seeing Matt come up as, you know, he was behind Gabe Hoy and Carter, and then, you know, when it was time, seeing the way that he led us, and then when he got hurt, you know, seeing how we kind of like struggled without him, and then even Branson, he wasn't really the most vocal guy, but when he knew it was his time, like he started like really making a name for himself, and that's how he ended up being a captain, because like a lot of people ended up supporting him. And then, you know, just I wasn't here with, you know, Kenny, but like I was around when he was getting ready for his pro day and stuff, and just meeting him, just seeing what it means to be a leader and the respect that you gain. Like you have to earn to be a leader. You can't force yourself to be one. You have to earn that respect. So, you know, I'm not going to force anything. If people see me as a leader, then I'll lead. But you know, you have to earn it.
What have you learned about Coach Darbo now being under him for like a whole year?
He has a standard, and if you don't play that standard, then you know it just you gotta play to it. I guess he's also really good, like not like a player's coach, but he can relate to us. He did, you know, what we're doing. He played O-line at Louisville, so he makes it relatable because he's done it, and he's really fun to be around. He makes it fun to be here. So I'm excited for another year with him.
You mentioned Kenny, it just made me think, what do you think when you saw he signed in Cleveland?
You know, I don't know, man. I hope he, you know, gets a chance over there, but we'll see how it goes.
Anything else? Thanks, Brian.
All right, thank you all.